guys, you are watching the In Third Person comic book show. I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com, a website about video games, board games, comic books, and other nerdy pursuits. And today on the show, we are going to be talking about DC Comics Future's End, which is a big crossover event happening across almost, if not all, of the DC Comics books. Admittedly, I had no plans on reading Future's End. I'm not really a big fan of crossover events, which we'll talk about in another episode for another time. But I did read issue number 0 and kind of got roped into the one-shots that came out this month in October. So I've got enough here to actually make an episode out of it. So let's start from the top. This is the free comic book day comic from DC, Future's End number 0. And the whole premise of the event is that 35 years from now, the DC universe is a disaster. It's gone to hell, and Batman Beyond, with the help of Batman, go back in time. Well, Batman Beyond goes back in time to try and stop this before all of it goes down. The problem is, instead of going to our present day, he actually goes 5 years from now, where the plans for this crazy apocalypse are already in play. I can't actually tell you what happens after that because I haven't been reading the series. It's a weekly crossover event. But that is kind of the premise of what's going on in Future's End. If you guys like it, hate it, I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you think Future's End is any good or worth reading. So this has been going on for the last few months. I haven't really been paying attention. And this October, or at least September, why did I say October? September, they've been doing a bunch of Future's End one-shots. And, I mean, they did this in place of the regular comic books. I thought there was going to be some sort of tie-in between the main storylines and the Future's End, and no, it's not. These are all one-shot stories, which I discovered after reading Batman Future's End, this one-shot number 1. Oh, the other thing, let's take this out of the bag, and maybe no, I don't want to take the spotlight down, but as you can see, lenticular covers on some of these, so stuff's going down. I don't know if you can see what's happening here. Notice Batman's back goes from, like, there's a cape into no cape, and there's this weird metal spine thingy going down. So, I'm not going to spoil too much of this. 5 years from now, Batman's in really bad shape. He has this big spine device thing, presumably, because his back is broken. He looks withered and aged and really beat up. I don't know what happens in the 5 years, but Batman gets messed up. And at this point, he is obsessed with trying to clone himself so that there will be Batmans throughout time. So that's kind of the premise of this particular Future's End. He's missing some stuff in order to complete the process, so he goes about trying to get it. Goes on a bit of an adventure. It's a little messy in terms of I wouldn't say antics, the stuff that goes down. This was a pretty entertaining read. I'm very curious to see, like, I haven't been reading Future's End, and I have no idea, like, is any of the stuff in any of these Future's End series going to actually apply to the main stories, or is this just like, in a hypothetical 5 years from now, this is what's going to happen? I mean, for what it is, this is an entertaining read, so Batman Future's End, pretty good. Thumbs up for me on that one. Next up, I got Wonder Woman Future's End, because you guys know how much I love Wonder Woman. So we just switched from regular Wonder Woman to God of War Wonder Woman. Some weird, creepy, freaky, deaky eyes. And in this one, she's in the middle of a war. And she's in a war with a whole bunch of demons. There seem to be a never-ending supply, and she's helping humans fight. And they're like, why are you helping fight us? You're like the God of War. Why are you doing this? And she's been like, well, I'm trying to actually stop war, but it's not working out, so maybe I go all in. And some stuff happens, and then I got to the end of the book, and I'm like, oh, crap, this is a part 1 of 2. I have to go buy this other comic in order to go and get the full story of this. And because I'm such a huge fan of Wonder Woman, I went and got part 2 of that, which was you can get the next part of the story in Superman Wonder Woman, where on one hand they're kissing each other, and then the other one, Wonder Woman knocking out Superman's teeth. So it's a two-part story. If you're going to get this one, get this one. And if you're going to get this one, make sure to get this one first. That one first because it's part of a two-part story. So this was pretty good. I don't know if I like this as much as the Batman one. It is pretty good, though. I enjoyed it. It's not written by Brian Azzarello, unfortunately, but it's written by Charles Sewell, who is another one of my favorite writers. So good job on that. And the last one I've got on this list, this might not be the last I get, but it is the last one I have handy, is Harley Quinn Future's End. So I kind of urge Steph to pick this one up. As you can see, Joker and Harley Quinn trying to kill each other here, and then in the other one, getting married. Whoa, wait, what's going on? So, if you've been following this... Okay. So, Harley Quinn is trying to go on vacation, and her plane crashes. She ends up on a deserted island, or at least one she thinks is deserted, and she stumbles onto the Joker. And at some point, they decide to get married, which is kind of the whole premise of this thing. So, I've had some gripes with the main Harley Quinn series. I know it's super popular right now, but I think the humor of late just got really dumb, and it wasn't very entertaining to read, so Steph and I stopped. It started out a little rough, and then it picked up. It definitely is a step up from, I guess, the last few issues of Harley Quinn that I was reading. And this one seemed like a really good fit for, like, hey, what an alternate story that happens 5 years from now, and maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. I don't know, it kind of doesn't matter. This one was a good read, and maybe my favorite of the bunch, surprisingly. So that is it for Future's End. I know there's dozens of Future's End comics out here, not including the mainline weekly series, and I have no idea if these even tie into the main series or if they'll end up tying into their respective mainline stories, but in any case, I've read a few of them, and these are pretty good in the grand scheme of things. For the month of September, these kind of replaced the mainline stories, so if you wanted to read any Batman or Wonder Woman or Aquaman, whatever it is, like, you're pretty much stuck with these. But these aren't bad. I enjoyed these a lot. So that's it. Future's End. If you're a collector, lenticular covers, yeah, I got these. I don't know if they're going to be worth anything down the road, but it was nice to have. So that's that. And we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this episode, you can give me that thumbs up on YouTube. I would appreciate it. If you want to talk about Future's End or anything comic related, hit me up in the comments. You can subscribe to the channel on youtube.com/jetinthirdperson. Or you can check out the website. Actually, you should do both. And, not or. And check out my website, inthirdperson.com, for more stuff about video games, board games, comic books, and other nerdy pursuits. So until next time, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you come back for the next one. See you later.